Hey, greetings all. This is Paul from Tech and Funk Boy, and we have a Dragonlance lawsuit update that we need to hit on a little bit today. And so this shouldn't be long, but considering that this is kind of mostly, I would say, a Dragonlance channel, then I really thought that we should hit a little bit on the update because it is good news. For those of you who are here for the first time, we actually do a lot of Dragonlance stuff, and currently I'm walking through the original modules and kind of giving DM tips along the way, some ideas on how to move this adventure into 5th edition, or just play it with perhaps some tweaks here or there. But we did do a video on the original lawsuit, and just as a recap, that the original authors of the great Dragonlance Chronicles books, Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss. Tracy Hickman is the module designer who originally kind of oversaw the Dragonlance project, as well as the original Ravenloft. But those two together wrote the huge best-selling books, the absolute classics that most of us know and love. They had approached Wizards of the Coast for a licensing deal that would essentially say that, hey, we can we want to keep writing in the Dragonlance universe. Wizards of the Coast owns the intellectual property on that, but they essentially said, hey, we want to license this property from you to create a new trilogy. And originally that was okayed. The first book was pretty much completely done. Wizards of the Coast had approved things. The second book was well on the way, but it kind of came to an impasse where Wizards decided they weren't going to approve any more manuscripts. And since this was a condition that, hey, we've got to approve it before it can be published, that meant that the deal was off. So Hickman and Weiss filed a lawsuit against Wizards of the Coast. It was clear from that initial lawsuit that the main goal here was not to get money. The main goal here was to get the books published. So we have a couple of the things that popped up over the weekend, a couple of days ago. First of all, we'll hit the dismissal first, which let me pull it up here on my screen so I can read the important part. So this claim, the action was dismissed, but it was Weiss and Hickman that were requesting the dismissal. It wasn't a judge looking at the evidence and saying, no, you have no case here, dismissed. So the important part is plaintiff Margaret Weiss LLC and Tracy Hickman hereby give notice that the above captioned action is voluntarily dismissed as to Wizards of the Coast LLC without prejudice. Now, without prejudice, it means that it can be refiled. And so, that's just, hopefully that won't be necessary. But the fact that it was Weiss and Hickman that requested dismissal is, obviously a really good sign. And Margaret Weiss herself really emphasized that part of it when, let me see, she tweeted out, so I know some of you have seen our lawsuit against Wizard of the Coast was dismissed. I can't say anything yet, but watch for exciting news in the weeks to come. And thank you for so much for your support. Obviously Weiss is not telling us exactly what happened. I think that we can guess. I think that the deal is back on. That seems to be what is what is being said here. So if you want to see my initial video on the lawsuit, I'll put it up here. I didn't really go into a lot of the details except to say that these are the type of people that we should want to be part of Dungeons and Dragons going forward in novel form or whatever the case may be. These are people who have been massive influences on Dungeons and Dragons, and Dungeons and Dragons would not be what it is today without what I would say particularly Tracy Hickman, but truly the both of them. And I do think that these are the sort of creative types who have proven themselves over and over again, and we want to be involved going forward. And so, there's been a lot of it. There's been a lot of good videos out there on the actual ins and out of like what's going on at Wizards of the Coast. To me, it seems coming down to this, that I think our age has a general problem in that we prefer to tear down rather than build up. And I've seen that in pretty much, like whether it's going to be in the retro gaming community online or the tabletop role playing games communities online, that we seem to be much more interested in pulling things down than helping to build them up. And there's not to say that there's never a time to pull something down, but this is this is an age that is not going to be known for its stories, because stories are not safe. Good stories are going to challenge you. Good stories are going to challenge the way you think about things, and we're so concerned with making stories that just reflect exactly what we believe and exactly what we think the way things should be. But those aren't the stories that stick with you. I remember reading through like literally all the fiction Vonnegut ever wrote, and I don't agree with Vonnegut on a lot of things. And at the end of these books, I still didn't agree with him on a lot of things. I've agreed with him some, but the reason I loved his work is because he challenged me, and that doesn't seem to be what we're interested in doing now. We're interested on when it comes to new things to play it safe, and when it comes to old things to just pull them down. Weiss and Hickman have never been known for that. They are world builders. They're people who really pushed forward the art of role playing, the art of module design, of Dungeons and Dragons as a whole, and have created some true classics, not only in when it comes to role playing games, but also in novels. And obviously their work has been a huge influence on me, and that's why I have this channel, and we have spent so much time going through Dragonlance stuff, because I think it's wonderful. I think it's great stuff. And I've been a longtime fan of Tracy Hickman in particular, but both of them really. But Hickman's work in Dungeons and Dragons, he has created some just incredibly wonderful stuff, and that's why I'm excited that the two of them are seemingly, back where they belong, writing Dungeons and Dragons adventures. In this case, they've been doing the novel form for a few decades now, rather than the modules, but still, it's where these two belong. It's where they've created their most enduring work, and I, for one, am excited to see what they're up to next, and I will be pre-ordering those books without a second thought, and just really looking forward to cracking them open for the first time. So I do appreciate you tuning in. If you like the content on this channel, please do subscribe. That means a whole lot to me. I don't, as you can see, this is a small channel. I got a email from YouTube earlier today. You have a new subscriber. I was like, oh, I really get excited getting those emails. I get excited getting notice about your comments. And so, please do give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and, we will catch you next time. Appreciate it.